Welcome to the Higher Education Team's presentation of No Shelter for the American Dream, the Student Homelessness Crisis at West Hills College, Coalinga. It was created for the Board of Trustees at West Hills College, Coalinga. Members of the team who researched and designed this presentation include Jennifer Brown, Jennifer Falbo, Zachary Soto, and Rachel Villarama. The presentation was edited and narrated by Jennifer Falbo. Our team is pleased to have the occasion to present the findings of our research. We hope that our findings will bring further awareness to the seriousness of community college homelessness in the state of California. In early 2018, after significant discussion about the increasing incidence of homelessness experienced by community college students, the higher education team from Arizona State University launched a study centering around the seriousness of this problem. Our four-member team began to collaboratively research this topic and how significant factors, such as poverty, contribute to the increased incidence of community college student homelessness. Throughout the course of our research, we narrowed the scope of our topic to focus specifically on the student population at West Hills College, Coalinga, located in Fresno County, California. In addition to furnishing important statistical information about the poverty and homelessness problem and the academic ramifications for the students of West Hills College, Coalinga, our presentation proposes a recommendation for the Board of Trustees to consider as West Hills starts to address this issue. It is anticipated that the information accorded through this presentation will persuade the board to begin to embark upon an immediate and detailed plan of action to address this issue. A perfect storm is brewing at West Hills College, Coalinga, a storm so powerful that it is serving as the impetus for ending the hopes and dreams of many of our students. The poverty and homelessness crisis experienced in California has created severe financial distress that negatively impacts and severely impedes the ability of students at West Hills to succeed. While it is true that the college has put forth an effort to deal with student homelessness, such efforts have fallen short in terms of being highly organized and developed. West Hills College Coalinga's Board of Trustees must immediately enact a course of action. This course of action must first include recognizing that the problem of housing insecurity is, in fact, real and has a detrimental effect on many West Hills College Coalinga students. It must also include the college's commitment to investing significant financial resources into an extensive blanket support program with proven academic outcomes for housing insecure students. The West Hills College Coalinga Board of Trustees may embark on a collective effort that addresses the student homelessness problem that exists at West Hills College Coalinga. They must also comprehend how this problem negatively impacts both educational and academic outcomes and the future employment opportunities of West Hills College Coalinga students. Lacking much needed support and assistance, homeless and housing insecure West Hills College Coalinga students are denied the chance to succeed in the classroom, thus facing the possibility of not being able to complete their degree. Not being able to successfully complete their degree helps to perpetuate the cycle of poverty many West Hills students seek to escape. Partial measures and initiatives that have been implemented to address the homelessness and housing insecure problem at West Hills College Coalinga have been insufficiently coordinated and slow to occur, often lacking in apportionment and disposition. West Hills College Coalinga must immediately act to secure the necessary financial resources in an attempt to enact a widespread support program that evidences academic outcomes for homeless and housing insecure students. West Hills College Coalinga which boasts taglines such as "Opportunity starts here" and "Discover your passions," are two marketing slogans used to attract students to their campus. However, West Hills College must provide more than opportunity. They must invest important financial resources to help support the basic needs of their students, including food and shelter. In doing so, every student is provided access and equity to education. In America, which is widely known for the wealth of opportunity it offers, dreams of a college education and a better future for ourselves and our families are often facilitated by our nation's community colleges. Community colleges often serve as the gateway to education and skill development, job opportunities, and financial security. However, for those without shelter and food, these dreams can be unattainable. California is in the middle of a homelessness crisis. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's point-in-time estimates of homelessness reported in the 2017 Annual Homelessness Assessment Report emphasize the homelessness crisis in California. First, the state of California represented 25% of the homelessness that exists in the United States. If that number was not dire enough, in 2016 through 2017, the homelessness problem in California grew 13.7%. This increase represented the largest increase in the country. Fresno-Madera County reports that 76% of the homeless population were unsheltered in 2016. This statistic represents the highest rate of unsheltered homeless in the country. This indicates that homelessness is not just a state-level problem. Fresno County, with a poverty rate of 25.5%, almost double the national average, and with the largest percentage of unsheltered homeless in the country, evidences the stark reality that the homelessness and housing insecurity problem is reaching a crisis level. What does this mean for the West Hills College Coalinga campus? According to a recent study conducted nationally, 52% of community college students experience some form of housing insecurity, and a staggering 13% report being homeless. Yes, you heard correctly. 52% of students enrolled in community colleges report some form of housing insecurity, and 13% report being homeless. While each case of housing insecurity and homelessness is different, statistics indicate that housing insecure youths have a higher incidence of drug and alcohol experimentation and a higher incidence of trading sexual favors for food, shelter, or money. Females who experience housing insecurity are more apt to get pregnant during their teenage years than their housing secure peers. Accordingly, as housing insecure youths near the age where higher education becomes an option, the risks associated with housing insecurity and homelessness place certain obstacles that challenge their chances to succeed academically. These alarming statistics demand a call for action, not just on the national level, but a response from West Hills College Coalinga that supports and assists the most susceptible students and their unique needs. The economic demographic of West Hills College Coalinga students is such that it mandates a call to action. In order to better comprehend just how dire the issue of poverty and homelessness is for many West Hills College students, it is important to understand the economic demographics of Coalinga. 77.9% of the students who attend Coalinga High School, the largest feeder school for West Hills College Coalinga, are socioeconomically disadvantaged. At West Hills College Coalinga, 66% of students are categorized as economically disadvantaged. These startling statistics demand an immediate call for action. Homeless and housing insecure students experience serious consequences such as higher incidences of missed classes, withdrawal from courses, course failure, and leaving school altogether. In 2014, at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, a survey of randomly selected students indicated that housing insecure students are far more likely to have failed courses and more likely to fail to register or completely withdraw from more courses than non-housing insecure students. Similarly, and in line with the study conducted at the University of Massachusetts, Boston, students attending West Hills College Coalinga who are not economically disadvantaged students experience far greater success than their economically disadvantaged classmates. Non-economically disadvantaged students report course completion rates at 10 to 12% higher than their lesser advantaged peers. This is a significant statistic, as 66% of West Hills College Coalinga students are categorized as economically disadvantaged. As the pressure intensifies for California community colleges to boost both retention and graduation rates, along with the risk of performance-based funding impending, now is the time for West Hills College Coalinga to better comprehend the many needs of all their students, particularly students experiencing homelessness and housing insecurity. Homeless and housing insecure students do not have the luxury to make studying and writing papers a priority, as they struggle each day with questions such as where they might sleep that night and where their next meal will be. In addition to these pressing questions, homeless and housing insecure students often deal with serious mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, eating disorders, and suicidal tendencies. With nowhere to cook, bathe, or sleep, students are pressured to try to work as many hours as they can to be able to get the things they need to survive. They just do not have the supplies, the resources, or the time necessary to ensure academic success. Community colleges that offer students a housing option, like West Hills College Coalinga, can help lead the way in ensuring that important educational, economic, and social resources are made available to the students who need them the most. Homelessness in our society is a stigmatizing condition. Housing insecure students often feel detached and isolated from their classmates and instructors, and many report increased incidences of stress, anxiety, and feelings of hopelessness. They may find it difficult to place trust in academic institutions, making navigating complexities such as college enrollment and the financial aid process much more difficult. Without financial aid, vulnerable students lack the ability to pay for tuition, textbooks, course fees, and other supplies and materials necessary to succeed. Students who lose their way coursing through the higher education process faced increased risk of losing their financial aid, leading students to experience more stress and an overwhelming sense of dread. They live on the edge, never knowing if the next crisis will be the one that puts them out of school for good. Ultimately, the harsh cycle of such complexities can cause housing insecure students to feel as if they have lost any sense of control they have over their lives. Perhaps the most extreme consequence for housing insecure students relates to their future financial situation. Housing insecure students face the serious possibility of having a much greater likelihood of experiencing financial difficulties over the course of their lifetime. Because they are less likely to persist in college and experience decreased levels of educational achievement, future financial success experienced by housing insecure students can be extremely difficult to achieve. The tumultuous and unstable circumstances that many housing insecure students face often leads them to require much longer time frames in which to complete a 2-year degree from a community college, and the ever persistent struggle that many face in meeting just the most basic of their needs compel many of them to abandon their educational and academic goals. As a result, the most extreme of these long-term consequences can prove to be catastrophic for vulnerable students. Completion of college and the attainment of a college degree represents one of the only pathways to ensuring future financial success. The relationship between housing insecurity, financial strain, and academic resilience can no longer be ignored. West Hills College Coalinga persistence rates fell more than 8% from fall 2016 to fall 2017, and 6-year completion rates were at an all-time low of 38%, further evidencing the relationship between the potential for academic stress and failure for the housing insecure student. As the problem of housing insecurity continues to grow, a cohesive and collaborative effort must be made to build a comprehensive system of resources to support the diverse needs of vulnerable students that allows them to meet their personal needs as well as their educational goals. West Hills College Coalinga has embarked on an initiative that seeks to support housing insecure students, including a rural transit van service and subsidized childcare programs. While these efforts offer some relief to struggling students, they often do not offer housing insecure students everything they need to succeed academically. California community colleges have endeavored to provide different resources to support housing insecure students. Such resources include providing vulnerable students with access to bus passes, food pantries, and discounted childcare. Unfortunately, these gradual and fragmented fixes lack the holistic support homeless and housing insecure students desperately need to succeed academically. In 2016, the California State Legislature mandated that community colleges provide an on-campus shower facility for students who are in good academic standing. While this is a much-needed step in the right direction, students with unstable living arrangements are often limited in their ability to focus on school. As a result, their grades are negatively impacted. Housing insecure students spend a considerable amount of time trying to provide for other basic necessities, such as enough food and a place to sleep, and they find it difficult to find the time to complete assignments and prepare for exams. Consequently, their grades often plummet, placing them in a position where they are not in good academic standing. Without being in good academic standing, they cannot make use of the shower solution. Therefore, this piece of legislation is of no value to the students who need it the most. As the problem of homelessness and housing insecurity continues to increase, West Hills College Coalinga must strike before the storm and build a network of resources that support the needs of housing insecure students. The first step requires West Hills College Coalinga to make a commitment of $150,000 per year in the operating budget to establish a new department that will provide wraparound services for vulnerable students. This investment aligns the mission and vision of West Hills College Coalinga. WHCC proudly claims their mission is to enrich and educate students to reach their full academic, social, and economic potential. West Hills College Coalinga would benefit to partner with Single Stop USA, a multi-dimensional, one-stop shop for low-income students that gives them access to a wealth of community resources and public benefits. After much research, our team has determined that Single Stop USA can provide critical services to the West Hills College Coalinga student community, as it is a one-stop shop for low-income students that gives them an access to a multitude of community resources. Single Stop USA offers West Hills College Coalinga housing insecure students access to everything from social service benefits to Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, SNAP, to unemployment insurance and financial counseling. They've also helped students with tax preparation and more. With Single Stop's core values of human potential, innovation, collaboration, and results, the organization seeks to empower every individual with access to the opportunities necessary for success. The mission of Single Stop is to build pathways out of poverty by creating and combining partnerships and merging them with technology to direct people to existing resources through a one-stop platform. Single Stop USA has already experienced success in the state of California. Contra Costa Community College and the City College of San Francisco have incorporated the services of Single Stop to assist vulnerable students there. Likewise, the City University of New York Single Stop served approximately 75,000 students between 2009 and 2015. Services included help with accessing benefits, legal services, financial counseling, and the preparation of tax refunds, which valued $178 million. A recent report of the Single Stop USA measures taken at City University of New York found that CUNY students persisted at rates of 6 percentage points higher than similar CUNY students who did not take advantage of Single Stop services. These statistics show how very important it is to act now. Many students report that without the services offered by Single Stop USA, their only option would have been to withdraw from courses and seek full-time employment. For more information on Single Stop USA, please visit the Single Stop YouTube channel. The Single Stop YouTube channel offers information to help individuals and families navigate through obstacles to securing existing resources. To date, over 1 million individuals and families have been served by Single Stop USA. Higher education is seen as one of the few ways to ensure future financial stability. Housing insecure students are less likely to succeed and persist in college as their more housing stable peers. In addition, they face a future that almost ensures financial instability. West Hills College Coalinga must act now to weaken the storm that promises to negatively impact the educational and academic goals of its students, as well as affect their future financial stability.